Hey guys, East Texas Wild Man. Decided to do just a little bit of a walk and talk today. Been a busy week. I didn't get to put together what I wanted to for my bug out series that I'm doing. Next video I'm doing is going to be on movement, which is my ideas are going to make it. It's going to take me a while to do it. A little bit of planing. All right. Anyway, so somebody told me about this creek down here that's washed out real bad over the last year, and a lot of petrified wood is now exposed. So that's where I'm headed. Take a look at it. And I figured we'd talk about a couple of my viewers' comments on bugging out while we're doing it. So, wow, this creek here is a new creek. This isn't the one with petrified wood, but last summer this creek wasn't here. But we did get a lot of rain this last year. I can't even talk. In this last year. So, anyway, so I had a viewer who commented on what do you do if you can't carry a large load, due to injury, illness, whatever circumstance it may be. And yeah, that's a good question. My bug out bag, or my plan is to bug in. So I have a get home bag. And if I ever had to leave here, that bug out bag, or what I call my inch bag, it probably weighs 55, 60 pounds without food and water. I think I walked myself into a trap here. Here we go. So yeah, that's an issue. I'm okay with that weight. It's not like in a scenario where I'm trying to get home, where I'm trying to just travel as fast and as light as I can. If I'm bugging out to a bug out location other than my home, which would be my secondary bug out location, everything I got on my back is what I need, and I'm not in a hurry necessarily. I'll be able to move at a slower pace. I'll be moving in a much stealthier fashion, and I won't walk myself into a ball of thorns like I have now. There we go. So, the weight's not such a big deal. I'll be moving slower. Not like I'm trying to run with that pack on my back. Okay. So, some options. There's always those carts. They have the bicycle wheels on them that you could load up and pull behind you. And they will, with those bicycle wheels, they will travel across rough country pretty easily. What I like is, I can't even remember the manufacturer of it, but I think Canadian Prepper did a video on them. It's actually a wheeled device that you strap onto your waist, like the waist belt of a pack. And then it has a rack to carry your gear, and I think they can carry a lot of gear. And basically, you're just walking. You're not holding on to nothing. And you know, of course, it does put the weight on your hips somewhat. Not all of it, but a lot of it. That's an option. And I can't remember what it was called, but if you check out Canadian Prepper, he's done some videos using it. And what I did kind of like about that thing was, if you had to, you could run with it. If you can run, you know, you can actually run with it. It doesn't hamper you that way. So that's an option. Some other options are to spend the money, go to some of these high-end backpacking places like REI or something, and just buy the lightest ultralight equipment you can buy. I mean, my equipment by no means is light. That's, you know, I could probably take 25 pounds if I spent the money and bought all ultralight stuff. So that's an option. It's kind of it's a pricey option, but you can go that way. So other options are to pre-place caches along your bug out route. Of course, you have to have a bug out route, know it. And then at your bug out location, just have it very well supplied so that you can pretty much walk with nothing and know that once you get to your bug out location, you'll have everything you need. And, you know, you stash food, water, maybe first aid kind of stuff, doing caches along your route. I make them relatively, you know, put today's food in a cache and calculate reasonably how far you can travel in 2 days, put another cache again with another 2 days worth of food, so that you're not carrying just a ton of weight. Wow. Water is very powerful. This used to be a thick wooded area. I used to do some trapping and some hunting down here. Let me flip this camera if I can. Look at this area. This used to be just super thick down in here. And now we've got a nice sandy floor. All the underbrush is gone. And petrified wood. Somebody's stacked it out already. These pieces of petrified wood. Huh. Pretty cool. Up here, it's supposed to be a whole tree. This looks like a hiking trail now. This looks like somebody's making a hiking trail of this. Let's see, let's go up here to the top of the hill. Oh yeah, look at this. All petrified wood. Let's see what we got up here. Holy moly. I don't know if y'all can see this. This used to be a hillside. That's just one big hole. Water's just undermined this whole area. These trees, it's crazy. Let's see. Oh, got a Grand Canyon now. Yep, this was all flat land up here. It all looked just like that. Now I got a canyon. Look at those pieces of petrified wood down there. They're huge. It's like a petrified tree. Another one right there. Yeah, let me get down there, we'll take a look at it. That thing is huge. Old gnarly piece of petrified wood. Another piece sitting right there on top of it. And here's an idea how big it is. There's my foot on it, it's huge. Probably weighs several hundred pounds. Another one there. Another one there, more down in there. I can't believe this canyon that's eroded away. A little muddy. Oh, yeah, a lot muddy right there. Huh, it just ends. This whole side just kind of fell in. Huh, weird. Okay. Mother Nature's pretty amazing. I wonder if any of this petrified wood's worth anything. That'd be cool to know. If anybody knows anything about that, please leave me a comment. Yeah. Okay. So back to bug out. I'm gonna follow this trail. It looks like a trail anyway. It's a nice little trail from a state park. But anyway, so yeah, there are options if you're unable to carry much weight, or you may have a back injury, or at some point you broke or shattered a knee or whatever, whatever your reason, you can't carry the load. There are options. Lighter gear, alternate ways of carrying it, or just doing a lot more planning and caching along your route so that the amount of gear you have on you is minimal. I mean, you could even go as light as I am right now. I got a knife on my side and a haversack. And it doesn't weigh anything. But I have a knife, fire, water, containers, the basics, to get me going. And if I know, I got a cache, I can make it there by tomorrow night easily. Then I don't have to carry all the food. Carry enough to get me there. Resupply there, move on to my next one. Yeah. If you're wheelchair bound and had to bug out, that's what I'm going to suggest. One, you have people to assist you. Maybe even a four-wheeler or side-by-side or something like that. Of course, then to get in, you're going to have to cache fuel. Where am I going? Cache fuel and food and water. I mean, of course, you're on the side by side, you can carry a lot of stuff, but I don't know how far you got to go. May not be able to carry all the fuel. So there are things to consider. A lot more planning. If you can't just throw it on your back and go, then you're just going to have to spend a lot more time planning how you can do it. And that's not to say that I'm not, my alternate bug out location is pretty close to 200 miles away. So I can't carry all the water, food, all that stuff for that kind of trip. So I do have caches. I don't have as many as I want yet, but I'm still working on it. So anyway, just some ideas on the load you have to carry, and maybe not to have to carry that load. Okay. All right, guys. I think I found me a nice stump. I'm going to sit down, take a break, drink some water, and head back. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, any more comments, please let me know. I enjoy comments. Enjoy getting discussions going. I did order a new pack. I think if you watched my last video, my overnight video, I had some issues. I had talked about some issues with that ruck I used, and I finally decided to move on to something else. So when I get that, I'll work up not unboxing, I hate unboxings, but I'll work up a review on that pack after I load it up the way I want it. And I'll walk around a little bit, see how it feels, and work out the kinks in it, and I'll move on from there. So anyway, guys, East Texas Wild Man, y'all get outside and do something. See y'all out there.